Because this is Farlands or Bust live stream for your December 23rd, 2023. We left off on the 19th. Our world save is 55,941 point something 4 megabytes. Ooh, are we going to get to 56 gigs today? Stay tuned to find out. If you're ready and you've got your woofs ready, let's go. Woof! Wolfie's ready. Let's dig out of the hidey hole. Well, that's right. I kind of did make this on a little bit of a precipice, didn't I? Let's secure the hidey hole. Get rid of some garbage. Grab Wolfie and continue west towards the Farlands here in Minecraft Beta 173. The last version to have the Farlands. As we've been walking with no mods or cheats, just vanilla Minecraft Beta 173 since March 2011. We just had our 12-year anniversary this past March. We're making more progress than ever. Last time you watched, there were no jitters yet. Oh, there be jitters. We're getting close to the next jitter floating point offset. And when I say close, I mean within the next year, relatively speaking. Let's see how far off the selection block is. Shiver me jitters. Hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for tuning in. I did get a nice comment on the last VOD upload to YouTube that somebody said they appreciated the casual, unrushed commentary of these live streams versus, say, how the episodes were a bit more formal and packed, beginning to end with non-stop commentary. So that was nice. That made me feel better about not focusing on the episodes anymore. Although I feel like I should do an episode for the new year, just to really throw people off their game who have been trying to count the episodes since the last episode. I'm just going to name the next episode the next number in the episode list. Really make people angry. But then I can publish it as a podcast. Just number it as the date it goes up. That won't make any sense either. That won't make a dang lick of sense. Speaking of Memnarch, you may note the charity fundraiser for direct relief we have going this season has surpassed $3,000. We're at $3,328. Just yesterday, we got a $500 donation to the charity from Memnarch with a question. That came in while we were playing SnowRunner, of all things. Who'd have guessed? Memnarch asks, for all the complaints you've got about SnowRunner, what would you say keeps you coming back to it? I was thinking about this yesterday, and I think it's a personal character flaw of mine. It's not the only game that I have many critiques of, and I, like, claim to despise, that I've definitely put in hundreds and hundreds of hours. Say, No Man's Sky, or I played all the way through that tribal builder game for some reason. It was inexplicable. Lumberjack Dynasty. Terrible video game. Whoa, Wolfie, yikes. Minecraft. Yeah, I mean, I was even thinking about Farlands or Bust. I don't like the game Minecraft. Particularly the current versions. So, playing it as much as I have is, I suppose, in the same vein. But I don't know. I think the characteristic of the game, of these games, is that they're uncomplicated, and there's also, they're not frantic, I think, is the thing I was kind of, the theory I was formulating in my mind. There's no frantic element to these games, to Minecraft, to SnowRunner, to No Man's Sky. Even though there is, like, the space battle stuff, those are completely just forgettable and ignorable. Yeah, there's no frantic pressure, as opposed to when I tried to be like, let's try playing The Witcher. It's like, it can be, you're just walking around doing little jobs, but then all of a sudden there's a big-ass monster that you gotta, like, drink a bunch of potions in a very specific order to try to kill or survive or whatever. And, like, that was too jarring for me. So that's an aspect, I think. There's a lot of, you can do this in your own time sort of workflow. Cone says in a weird way, like a fidget spinner. Keeping me engaged enough to keep playing, but not so much it wears you out. Right, like, there's games I want to like. You know, like, I want to like racing games. I want to like Dirt Rally. But that's all that is. Is frantic pressure and anxiety. And then sadness and regret. and misfortune. That's all that game has. True, gas station sim. Yeah, gas station sim I did stop, probably because there was an element of franticness to it. But yeah, I don't know. There were really no stakes to the franticness. It's like, oh no, that guy didn't give me a tip for pumping his gas, whatever. I guess the part I didn't like about that game, and what probably is what ended up turning me off, was I don't like the tycoon style management games where you gotta, like, budget and buy inventory and stuff like that. True, that's also probably why I played through Lake. It was very no pressure. I mean, there was, like, I felt some pressure to, like, make the decisions. Not because I thought they had any high stakes, but because I'm kind of somebody who wants to, like, experience everything. I'm like, oh, if I choose this route, then I'll never know what would have happened if I went with this route. You know, like, that sort of, I guess, internalized pressure. But it was such a, it's, you know, such a short game that I knew there were no literal stakes. Even, like, time investment stakes. On the flip side, there was that one cult game, the cult game that we were playing. What was that one called? The Chant? Yeah, the Chant, or whatever. Like, that had its walking simulator elements, but then there was too much of, like, don't get seen by the ghost, and gotta jam this, all of a sudden click this button 6,000 times to make sure you don't get possessed, or whatever. We never even finished that one. We just kind of stopped. Like, I was somewhat intrigued to see where it was going, but... I did not play My Summer Car. I did play The Long Drive. And that one was also fun, because there was really no pressure, low pressure. I might have turned the rabbits off, I think, probably so I wouldn't die or something. But also, that game we liked because of the jank, let's be honest. Once I found the broomstick, it was over. There was no going back to, like, playing the game as intended. But I feel like that ran out of stuff to keep me engaged. Like, the fidget spinner stopped spinning. Or the fidget spinner was spinning itself, I think. Did you ever finish Jalopy? I thought I did. Didn't I get out of wherever I was? I thought I finished it. With Uncle Grandpa? Didn't Uncle Grandpa die? Spoiler alert or something? Yeah, Jalopy was very short. Like, that had an end. It wasn't open-ended. Or he just leaves? I don't remember. Clearly a memorable experience. So yeah, I mean, I think as far as SnowRunner is that it just being able to do the things on my own time to a degree where it becomes, there's like, they give you too much time, as in this mission takes too long and you have to do it 3 times. That part I get a bit wary of. But also, it's like, that sort of game then is also easy for me to stream. Because I don't have to make any life or death reactions or decisions or spooky noises. And I don't have... You know, there are some games where maybe having chat adds to the panic and the decision paralysis and fatigue. Like a particular program about space game. I don't know why I'm climbing this very tall mountain that I'm sure is just going to end in a cliffside on the other side. So yeah, I think that's what keeps me coming back to SnowRunner. Also, trucks. Trucks is cool. Trucks is neat. Oh, dang. That cliff I was worried about. I knew it. Like, I'm sure I would probably be as invested in a game that was about trains if, unlike all the train games, it didn't involve the tycoon money aspect. You know, sort of thing. Which was all train and transit games seem to involve at some point or another. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. I did some introspection since the last since you asked that question in the last stream. And I thought about it. I'm like, it doesn't have that panic aspect. Like, maybe back in the day I would have been into games like that. Like, I used to like first-person shooters and that sort of stuff. But no more. But no more. You think you'd like a factory game like Factorio? They've got trains. No, that's too much on the management on the management side of things. And there is some element of panic there. The Tomb Raider games? I think it's just nostalgia that's keeps me interested in the Tomb Raider games. The things I don't like that show up in the Tomb Raider games are the, like, time-based challenges, where there is, like, a countdown that you have to do this by, and that makes me unhappy. But otherwise, you can kind of, like, explore on your own accord. Indeed. Memnarch went on to say, for a second question, not really a question, and depending on the stream this happens in, I hope you have had a good holiday. Well, thank you very much, Memnarch. I hope you have had a good holiday as well. Thank you for your generosity. Ah. Alright, let's feed this dog. He's clearly made some mistakes. Pallet Hands also donated yesterday to charity, asking a question I think we already looked at. Are there any games you're looking forward to in 2024? Yeah, I think the only one we can think of is... Or the only one we thought of at the time was the Tomb Raider reboots. Not reboots, remastering. Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3. But then also, allegedly, there's a 2024 release year for the next Hellblade game. Although I don't know how much stock we can put into that. If they want to take their time with it, please. I mean, the next not a SnowRunner game, Expeditions, allegedly has a March 2024 release date. But I don't know, I'm weary of that one because that does seem like there's a lot of management, budgeting, hiring experts and inventory and stuff that you got to deal with, which I'm like, I don't know. Clearly got enough SnowRunner to last us. We don't know what to do for New Year's. Oh, need dirt. Your girlfriend suggested we, like, go somewhere. Like, go out to the beach. But I don't know what the weather's going to be like. And also, we really can't leave the cats. Don't know. Whoop, that's not how boats are made. Well, beds are made. Oop. Oop. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. How's your Corolla doing? I don't know. You'll have to track down who bought it from me. I sold it. In, what was that, 2021? Yeah, I sold it on Bring a Trailer. It is kind of a bummer that, like, there's no, like, I don't have any updates or whatever about where it is, but that's the way it is. I have a 280Z now. I really should work on at some point. Well, the hearse, I mean, technically the hearse isn't mine. You need to watch the last 400 episodes. How is the hearse? Did you do all the upgrades you talked about? I don't know what upgrades I talked about, or we talked about. I mean, we took out the casket rollers. Yikes, that was loud. Sold those, and the girlfriend put like a flooring in, and that's where she sleeps when she camps with it. Put new curtains, got new curtains made and put up all around. That's really about it. There's no, I mean, I would like to get her a, like, new radio head unit with a backup camera, because maneuvering that thing ain't the easiest thing, particularly driving on the right-hand side, but also having those fender mirrors makes it a little bit difficult. And also, you know, the big hearse part behind you with no windows. I mean, those are really the only upgrades. The girlfriend wants to try to get it lifted a little bit, but I don't think that's really going to be possible. I think for off-roading, it would be better to find a way to put like a limited slip diff in the rear. I mean, the simplest way would be to like find a truck diff that's the same width. It would be a different bolt pattern, probably. Same width and similar ratio. And swap that in. I mean, the ultimate upgrade would be to find a Toyota Crown with a 2J and swap the 2J in it and get more power. Because it's not fast. It's a very slow automobile. I mean, or the V8. They came with V8s too. But I don't even want to know where that would begin. It would definitely cost more than the entire hearse cost and is worth. I mean, as I was talking about swapping the whole axle, ZK found that the axle it has is shared with one of the, or at least the diff. I don't think the axle, but the diff is shared with the whatever the Toyota van is, the van, you know, the four-wheel drive van.
Glory to you.
Previa.
And your house.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, Zenovos. 15 months in the subtub. Much appreciated, subtub. And apparently you can take the, if you find one of those that has the limited slip, you know, locking rear diff, you can take the internals of that and make the one that the hearse has have an LSD without having to change, you know, the full rear axle. But that comes with its own mind-boggling array of technical aspects. Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't think there's really much to do. They're both the cars are kind of in hibernation right now. We should have wait for like a nice-ish day and actually like just drive them around to get them whooping around. ZK, her it's we summoned. Yeah, I mean, at the same time, the Subaru Crosstrek is well overdue for an oil change. But again, we just got to find a time to shuffle the cars around and pull the hearse out of the garage, and so I can put the Subaru in the garage and change the oil. But then at the same time, it's overdue for what would have been its regularly scheduled maintenance for 60,000 miles, primarily to change the spark plugs. I'm not sure I ever had done. And I don't want to do that myself, so I want to take it somewhere. I don't want to change the spark plugs on a modern Subaru. What do you think, I'm crazy?
Thanks for letting me sit in.
Ain't nothing to it.
Happy holidays. Been wishing you luck from the first day in 2011. Don't worry. There's a Subaru dealership to do your spark plugs at the Farlands.
At the Farlands. I think they'll last that long. Thank you very much, Diet Gingerdale, for the bits. Yeah, I mean, it would be, the girlfriend's off school right now, but it's also the holidays, and, like, trying to find time or a place to bring the car in. Not that either of us have particularly looked, but you know what I mean. I'll see recommended maintenance schedules. Boink. I mean, like, the truck needs exhaust work. There's an exhaust leak, possibly at the manifold. It just needs a whole new exhaust. I mean, honestly, that's the only thing it needs. Aside from good luck to, like, make sure it keeps running. Exhaust leak just makes the thing sound badass, if you pretend. No, but I mean, it also then fills up the cabin with deadly gases. If I don't have the air on circulate mode. I mean, the 280Z needs new exhaust as well. I was hoping to try to find a place to get the trucks done, and if they do a good job, I'll have them to the 280 as well. So many things that need to be done. Oh, and I gotta check on my bread. In 19 minutes and 28 seconds. Who has the time? Gotta find a couple cheap monitors for the girlfriend's computer that we Frankenstein together with all of our old computer parts. Snagged a 17-inch one on eBay for like 30 bucks. Well, yeah, I was hoping to go... I want to go back to the electronics recycling place. Because that's where I got both the multimedia cart for the garage streaming setup, but also the monitor for chat there for like 15 bucks. It's like a 24-inch Dell monitor, like the same monitor I have down here. And it's been working fine, so I was hoping to go back there and hopefully find a couple matching ones. But there are, I don't know. There's a lot on, I've never like shopped for stuff other than cars on Craigslist. So there's like a lot that are on Craigslist. But then a lot of them seem like they fell off the back of a truck, you know? Like, I don't know about this. Yeah, gotta get that up and running. I made the mistake of watching a YouTube video yesterday. Full stop. End of sentence. No, but a YouTube video about gardening. About like how you can build a compost heap and then put a cold frame on top of it, and the heat from the compost will allow you to grow things in the winter. I'm like, I don't know. I'm still very unsure about how much into the gardening I want to get, because you can go real deep. It's somewhat enjoyable, but I also don't feel like very successful last year. I mean, we got a lot of cucumbers, and I got a lot of pickles out of it. That's really it. The tomatoes really didn't go anywhere. We got a few good zucchinis, and then the zucchini plants died. My carrots were a fail. We got some big sunflowers, but that can't eat. I mean, you can, but didn't eat that. Strawberries. We had a lot of strawberry plants, but not a lot of strawberries. All of our cilantro flowered really fast, so we have a lot of cilantro seeds, but we didn't get a lot of cilantro out of it. From Throne, somebody sent me those grow lights. I've been trying to like grow stuff in here. The house plants that I have under the lights are loving it, but like the seeds, like the garden seedlings and stuff are all dead. They're not doing anything. Well, I don't know. There's also those planks of wood that the girlfriend cut down in the forest that we were looking at, like making a table out of, and cutting boards. And that's a whole other can of beans. There are things we want to do. And then there are the things we actually have the time and the motivation to do. And I feel like that first category is full for me. Not so much the second. Cavalry! So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Sure do have time to walk to the farlands. Now here's a question. I mean, we're definitely going to look it up on the internet, but how do you bake a ham? Like, what do you do to the ham? Like, we got a whole ham. A bone-in ham for Christmas. I don't know how big it is. Seems like it's maybe like 10 or 12 pounds. Something like that. Maybe more. We don't got a smoker. We got an oven. This is like one of them big Christmas hams. Yeah, I mean that's. Well, I think the ham's already smoked or cooked or whatever. Like it's like it's from the grocery store. We didn't get it from a butcher or anything like that. It's not a fresh ham. Fresh raw ham. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm not the one who bought it. Oops, that's too high. I guess the main thing we don't know, like, I mean, again, we'll look it up on the internet, but like the temperature and the length. The girlfriend is, first of all, we think, you know, that's the basic ham shape. It's got the chop side and then the round side. You bake it top side down, right? So it doesn't dry out. And then on the skin is where you put the glaze. So she got a couple pineapples. We're gonna put pineapples in there on it. But then also probably just like a brown sugar sort of glazy syrup concoction that we'll come up with. Slice it up. You don't slice it up first. You were emotionally scarred by pineapple drinks. Well, that's okay. We're not going to be drinking the pineapples. We're going to be baking them with the ham. They're safe. Are you going to stream on Christmas Eve or day? I don't know. The girlfriend recommended, like, oh, why don't we just, like, stream our kitchen activities on Christmas? And I'm like, is anybody even going to be around on Christmas to watch? Like, everybody's going to just be doing their own thing. And on top of that, I'm like, that just brings, like, another level of anxiety and, like, panic to my own needing to get stuff done. Where I live, nobody celebrates Christmas. Where's that? Sounds great. Sounds fantastic. Look at that. Look at those flying buttresses. Weatherman with the ham-based links. You're not busy at all. I don't know. We'll see how the day goes. We don't, like I said, we don't really have any plans other than, like, cooking this meal for ourselves for, like, 12 people for the two of us. Thermal secrets. Thermal normal. We'll steam our hams. Steamed hams. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't planning on it. I wasn't planning on streaming the day of. But that's not to say... That's not to say my schedule is flexible at best. Just in general. I mean, we also want to like do a Lord of the Rings-a-thon. We don't know if that'll be Christmas or New Year's or just the dead week in between. In between? The week in between. In between. Ooh. Hey, Wolfie, have a seat. What if I place a block here? Would all the sand just safely fall around me? That seems like a bad idea. Wee. Wee. Oh, dang it. I can't reach. Oh, well. Well, that was just delightful. And nobody suffocated under the sand. I can smell bread. 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Oh, we're gonna have to take a break. Check my bread. I've got to go to bread. Is it regular bread? I mean, it's sandwich bread, but it's like gluten-free bread, obviously. I was making the pie crust, and I just used an egg yolk in there, so I had a leftover egg white. So I'm like, well, I might as well use this to make a loaf of bread. See if that helps it rise better. So I did. I'm going to try to make an apple tart. Like, it's not a full-on pie. I liked the way it looked on the British baking show. The one with, like, all the slices of apple, like, going around, like a concentric circle, sort of, spiral situation. You concentric apple tart, you. Ooh, excuse me. Alright, I'm gonna sleep this night, and I'm gonna take a quick AFK. Oh, dang. Check my loaf. Oh, perfect timing. Get content ID'd by Google. All right. BRB. I'm back. Of course I didn't put it on a stream marker. I'm going to subject the YouTube watchers to that moment of silence as well. All right. Back to the game. East-west. Ooh, I'm going to sneeze. All right, I'm back. The bread's good. The bread's fine. It's not completely done yet. I had it on a pretty low temperature because I didn't want to kill all the yeast right away. It's better than it has been. It didn't do the classic bread thing where, you know, it rises out of the pan and gets that nice loaf shape. But it's definitely better than it has been. It's definitely like risen to the top of the pan. But it wasn't completely done on the inside. So I turned up the heat some, and then when we're done with the farlands segment, I'll go back up and check it again. Ooh. Oh, thank you, Wolfie, for pushing me into the water. You take your bread's temperature. I do. I mean, the temperature was right, but then the temperature needle came out and it was still doughy, and I could still hear it bubbling. Yeah, better, but not perfect. Remember that loaf? Remember that loaf I made? Didn't I show you a picture? Or we had like the webcam up there or something that was like completely rising and it like exploded out of the pan and nearly touched the top of the oven. I want that back. I want that. What happened to that? These last few months of the rise has been subpar. Maybe no, we've already been through this. Everybody came at me with their bread ideas. It's brand new yeast. Yeah, we'll see. And I guess we'll see if I try to use this different method to make dinner rolls for Christmas, if those rise right. Excuse me. Ooh, Are you going to make a slice on the top to give it that traditional look? Well, I mean, it's too late for that. You do that at when it's rising so that it rises up. But that's what I was saying. This one rose, but not quite out of the pan to give it that bread shape that you've come to know and love. Oh, the rolls. I don't know. You think I've made decisions about things I'm going to do 2 days from now? Oh, sorry. Ooh, buddy. Ooh, Is there anything that I need for my business before the end of the year? This last week for any deductibles? Any ideas? I need to maximize my dividends. Honestly, I should have more stickers printed. And then I can pay for it and deduct it from this year's taxes. But then when I sell them, which all of you are going to buy stickers, right? That counts towards next year's income. Don't, oh god, no, don't go further up, you boob. Ah, I knew it. Graphics card? I thought about graphics card. But we've not really had a problem with this one yet. If I was to get a graphics card, I would do the 4070, just the normal 4070 or the TI. I don't remember. Probably not the TI. But that's still like $600. And I think I'd rather have $600 than not pay taxes on $600. As far as the deductible or the write-off is concerned. A Windows 11 license? Why would I do that? Don't I just get Windows 11 because I have Windows 10? Is that not how that works? More P.O. boxes. Alright, how about useful things? Oh, here's a good question for you. Now that the sun is setting, you put it right into the comments below. What do you think the girlfriend slash aka my wife slash aka previously known as the girlfriend, what do you think she got me for Christmas? Because I don't know, obviously, right now. Beard accessories. Previously, years ago, you got me a beard straightener. It's like a little straightener iron, but for beards. I don't use it. A book of hypothetical questions. That might... That, I don't know, that seems up her alley. I got her the XKCD What If books. For her birthday or for Christmas last year, I don't remember. A Pullman bread loaf tin. I don't know what that is, but she previously did get me a bread box into which to hold my bread. That was a couple years ago when I started my bread making endeavors. I already have a bread making machine. More xanthan gum. It is pretty expensive. Ooh. Second bread making machine. I don't know. She says I'll never guess. I'm kind of... I don't know. I kind of think it might be something to do with bird watching or whale watching, because I really got interested in that. I don't know. Something in that regard, like binoculars or something. I already have binoculars, so I don't know. Is it on your throne? No, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't. I'm just asking. What do you think? What are your guesses? I won't know for another 2 days. Well, I guess I have to wait to find out. Yeah, that's gonna do the Farlands or Bust here. Thank you, Memnarch, for the very generous charity donation. Let's go to sleep. Back up the world, and I gotta check my bread again. Hey! We did it! 56,018 point something 5 megabytes. We did it indeed.